Will your prayers be answered soon, and when? That is the question I'm going to ask Spirit in this reading. As you can see, I've pulled 3 different oracle cards that maybe will give us some answer. If you have in mind a prayer that you have put out to the universe, this can be literally anything. Now, all from a new job, getting into the university / college that you wish for, getting more money, getting the house of your dreams, your partner of your dreams. I heard getting pregnant, whatever has been in your mind. The reason why I came up with this idea was because of the dream I had about Jesus. And if you are curious about that dream, I highly encourage you to watch the video I posted on the weekend reading. And the funny thing is that the same day when I had this dream, I was walking and I found this beautiful cross. And I take it as a sign from God, universe, Jesus, that, yeah, he has an important message for me and for us, that everything will work out just fine and don't worry. Yeah. So, this is a yes, no, maybe card. I have no idea what it will reveal. It can be anything. This is the timing, and this is the advice from God, from Spirit. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Will our prayers be answered soon? Let's look. No. And then we have to ask the question, why, right? So our prayers won't be answered soon. Let's look at the timing. Maybe the timing can give us a clue why there is a no. Maybe there is something about divine timing. I don't know. So whatever you are thinking about a year from now, your prayers will be answered. Okay, that was a clear message. What are you advising the viewers to focus on in the meantime, within this year, when you are working on fulfilling their prayers? What do you want them to focus on? You want them to focus on retreat and recharge. Okay, so with this card, I feel that maybe there is something about your health. Maybe you are very stressed. Maybe you have diseases that needs treatment, that needs calmness, and yeah, you know that many treatments take time. For example, this is just an example. You know that a cancer treatment, for example, it takes time before you can see the result of the treatment, right? You have to go through, if you are doing chemotherapy, right? You have to go through, unfortunately, a lot of chemo treatments before we can see that the treatment has been successful or not. And with rehabilitation, right, if you are in rehabilitation, whatever this is talking about, you know, after an operation, after an accident, you know, things take time before everything falls into place. So just take a pause and reassure that 1 year from now, everything will look totally different. So I will put the cross right here on the globe, and we will ask more additional messages. So this is beautiful. Underneath the surface we have trust, and there is something about, you know, when you trust in the process, when you trust in that God has heard your prayers, right? When God has heard your prayers, that is believing, right? That is believing that everything will work out just fine for you. So just trust that God, universe, Jesus has heard your prayers, and that they are working in the background for you to for this to come true for you, but in the most perfect way that maybe you yourself haven't considered or thinking about. And just trust the process. In the meantime, just retreat and recharge, because maybe you need the strength a year from now. Maybe you need the strength a year from now, when everything suddenly, the process speed up, right? When everything speeds up, maybe you need this energy. When you have rejuvenated, maybe you need this energy for everything when everything speeds up. So, what more can you tell us, please, Spirit? Why is this taking time? And why do they have to retreat and recharge in the meantime? Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands with stress. Yeah. It's not good for you with the stress at the moment. So we'll just pull out some more cards, and those two wanted to come together, and I feel this one. And we have the Fool at the end here. The new beginning will come, but unfortunately a year from now. So another year, if you have been waiting patiently, you have been waiting patiently for things to turn. Me myself, I have been waiting for quite some time now for my prayers to be answered, for things to turn in my life situation for the better. And yeah, it was a little disappointment, I must admit, when a year from now and no came out. I really want to push this through. Now we have the Seven of Wands, as I said. We have the Three of Swords with isolation, and Three of Swords is of course the healing card. Oh, okay, we have to have a little shell for the titties. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups with receptivity. Wait. Oi. I watched a tarot reader. She had to upload the reading because she had forgotten to censor some nudity on some cards. It blows my mind that it's so strict, but I don't know. And we have the Six of Cups with the dream. So the message is, of course, still keep your dream alive. You know, this card, as I've talked about this before, reminds me of Cinderella. We exactly don't know, because within this Cinderella story, right? We don't exactly know how long did it take from the ball until the prince found her and the shoe fitted, right? It could have taken a year, because he was demanding that each and every young girl was going to try this glass shoe, glass shoe on their foot, right? And we have no idea how many young women was living in this area, within this kingdom, right? It could have been thousands. So maybe it took a year from this ball until he finally found Cinderella, right? So just keep on holding your dream. Hold it in your heart. Yes, keep on holding the dream in your heart. Now, you are stressing too much with this new thing to happen, right? And especially, this is just an example, especially when it comes to pregnancy, right? The worst thing to become pregnant is stress. And the more you are focused on becoming pregnant, the less is the chances of it happening, because you stress up you're stressing up your body, and because you want this so much. Of course, if there has been any physical challenges, I understand, but there is something about this healing. The Three of Swords is always the healing. You know, you see that this person has isolated himself totally from the world. Look at him, it has been a giant glacier here. And yeah, but now he's finally starting to heal. That is why it almost looks like he's sweating because his heart is warming him up from the inside and out. That is why he's sweating, he's crying, he's pouring his emotions out, and he's starting to defrost. Yeah, he's starting to defrost now. So just be receptive and open for this change to happen. Trust in the process. Just keep on retreating and recharging yourself. The new beginning will come, maybe within a year from now. Just focus on this healing period. Just focus on this healing period. You need it. Okay, so yes, we have to endure once again another year. So maybe 2026 will be the year when everything is turning around for us, and yeah, we will be victorious, and we are starting to living out our dream life. So I thank you so much again for watching this beautiful message from Spirit, from God, and I'll see you again in another reading. Bye for now.